Now I love how musicians are able to use string instruments to express the mood of a song. Higher overall pitches can be used as an indicator of happiness, carefree, and light moods within that song, while lower pitch implies a darker or a sad or a serious tone. So I became very curious about string instruments and what was the progress of string instruments, and when and where was the first string instrument created. So come on in, sit down real quickly, it's not going to take long, and let's go through the history of string instruments. String instruments are known as chordophones, which come from the Greek word chordae, which means strings, and phonos, which means sound and voice. The earliest known chordophones were from the lyres of Ur. This plucked chordophone dates back to 4,500 years ago and are the oldest string instruments that are still in existence as of today. Now, the first bowed chordophones, which were the ancestors of ravanastron, which was like an Indian folk instrument, were likely created in Central Asia. The ravanastron is the earliest intact ancestors of the modern violin. There were many chordophones that evolved and were used throughout Europe during the late Middle Ages. The history of string instruments dates back to 2500 BC and really has a very lengthy history. The first string instrument may have been discovered in Sri Lanka. It has a long neck, 2 strings, and a semicircular gourd, and a bow is used to actually play it. So these bows were most likely hunting bows, and when they stretched or extended the string of the bow, they hit or plucked it, and that produced a variety of pitches. Then they used the string to stop in different locations along its length to produce different sounds. So in addition, that resonator, such as a pot or a gourd, and if you remember, a gourd is typically a fruit with hard skin or shell, like a coconut for instance. They use that to increase the volume of the sound. These instruments are still being made today, and records of the names of the producers, many of them who had family companies that lasted for several generations and have been recorded since the early 16th century. For example, Andre Amati, who was a violin maker in Cremona, Italy. The string instrument has played a major role in the midst of different cultures all over the world. The origin of music has frequently been attributed to the gods, especially in the areas where music seems to have been regarded as an essential component for spiritual survival, right? So special consideration has now been used in the building of these instruments. For example, the wood used for wind or string instrument, it needs to be seasoned. And the metals, which are widely used for strings or bells or cymbals, etc., they have to be manufactured and cast. And usually they use their own secret processes. So finally, the tuning of all these instruments requires skill and craftsmanship. The workmanship from experts in wood and metal. And in a lot of instances, they need to know or have the knowledge of mathematics of sound. Whatever their origin, the continued development of this enormous library of various instruments of the world are continuously evolving. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe, follow, and smash touch hit that like button. Go ahead, smash touch and hit it. And remember, don't miss a